In radio. This is the Lawrence County Republican Party show. My name is Brandon Taylor. I am the chairman of the Lawrence County Republican Party. And tonight I've got two special guests in the studio with me. I have my two teenage sons. We currently have two teenagers in the house, and I want to welcome them in. I've got Colt Taylor and I have Luke Taylor in the studio. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
I wanted to bring them in, and we're gonna have a little bit of a topic tonight. So. Going to be talking about teenagers and the things that are going on in teenagers' lives and what it's like to be a parent for a teenager. And that's more difficult than being a teenager, I think. Luke, what do you think?
No, that's completely opposite.
That's not right. Okay. Well, first off, I want to give a special shout out to Chris Stutz at Farm Service Solutions for sponsoring this show. They have a great products there. If you need anything for your farm, home, garden, give Farm Service Solutions a call at 931-242-7675. They're located at 41 Williams Road at Leoma, Tennessee. They are open 6 days a week. Chris is a father, he's a husband, he's a good, godly man, and he's a great guy to do business with, conservative. Stop by there and check him out. Also, Travis Caldwell, he is the Sasquatch, and we like to joke with him about that. If you're looking for property, you need to call the Sasquatch, Mr. Travis Caldwell. He's out there roaming through the woods looking for your next property.
If he can't find it, you don't need it.
That's right. If he can't find it, you don't need it. You can call Travis at 931-629-3033. He's with United Country Real Estate, SouthernTennesseeRealty.com. Call him up. Take a look at what they have online at SouthernTennesseeRealty.com. Give Travis a call if you want to sell something or you want to buy some property. Okay, so guys, I want to give you a second to introduce yourself. Colt, go ahead. You're the oldest, so you go ahead and introduce yourself. Colt Taylor, tell me a little bit about what your world's like.
Well, basically, I'm just a homeschooled, good old country boy that just comes out here whenever my dad asks me to, and I just do what you tell me to, and I hope I do enough, but it's really a pleasure to be out here.
All right. Yeah, you are a country boy. You are a good son. I agree. All right, Luke. Luke Taylor, introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Luke, and I'm just living in the moment. Love my life. Love where I live.
All right. So I wanted to talk about raising teenagers. And so I thought, well, you know what? If I'm going to talk about it, I'll bring two in that I know. And first off, I'll say I do have some great kids. I love my kids and great sons, and like to watch the looks on their faces right now. So I had Colt actually do a little bit of homework for me. Colt, I asked you to look up what it costs to raise a child from birth to age 18. Now, Colt, you're 14 years old, and so I'm just kind of prep you on what it's going to cost you when you get a little older. How much does it cost to raise a child from birth to age 18? You looked it up for me. How much does it cost?
Nearly $250,000.
Okay, so almost $250,000.
Yes.
Now, when you saw that number and you saw that pop up as a teenager, I mean, what went through your mind? I mean, when you relate $250,000, what do you think of that buying power? What would that buy in the world today? What's your thoughts?
A lot of biscuits.
It'd buy a lot of biscuits for sure. But
yes.
What else? What big items would that purchase?
Probably a bunch of electronics. I'm just guessing in the world today. Heck yeah, a lot of
car.
Okay, so you could get a home, a car, all that. So were you surprised at how much it costs to raise a child when you looked that number up?
Not at all.
No, you actually thought it would cost that much.
I actually thought it would cost more.
Okay. I actually believe it does cost more. So what do you think, Luke? I mean, you hear that number, $250,000 to raise a child in the United States. What do you think about that number when you hear that?
You could have already had your business. You could have a business started already from that. You could use that for many other things, but you use that on that one child. And then when that comes down, it's like, why did I pick this option?
So if you have a child, you're like, why did I pick that?
But it works out in both ways.
Okay, all right. So I have 6 kids. So by the time I raise 6 children at $250,000 each, we're looking at in the millions of dollars that's going to cost me to get you guys to age 18. So I'm expecting great things.
Look what the other road could have brought you. I mean, like, you could have been a millionaire, and no, you chose us.
Well, I tell you what, I'm a very wealthy man, have sons like you guys. You're actually great kids. So I ask you to look up another one for me, Colt. I ask you for two things. All right. So the average cost of raising a child in America, $250,000. What's the average cost for college for a 4-year degree in the United States?
$146,000.
$146,000. So what? Now you're 14. All right. You'll be 15 this year, and you're starting to think about college. You and I have had that conversation. What was your thoughts? I mean, I could tell you didn't believe that number when you looked it up.
No, I didn't. I had to look it up twice, but it's actually correct. But the thing is, when I looked at the number, I'm like, dang, that's a lot of hot dog sales. So I looked at it, and I'm like, sitting here, okay. I'm like, okay, I did not actually think it would cost this much just to go to college. But it does. For a 4-year degree, which is what you really need,
okay,
that's a lot of money.
So are you thinking about a 4-year degree? I mean, we've talked, a little bit about what you want to do, and you're at the age where you're trying to get that pathway. You're trying to line things up in your life to where you can go down that path. What are you thinking about college? Let me ask this question. How are you going to come up with $146,000? What's your plan?
Well, I'm going to get a job. That's
Okay.
probably the first thing. It's probably the first step. I'm probably going to get a good job and just work my butt off. And then I'm hoping at keeping that job, and then I'm going to start doing night school for the 4-year degree. And then even if it costs more time, I'll get a night school degree, and I'll also keep my job and be able to save as much money as possible.
Okay.
Then I'll be ready to rock and roll after college. It's just going to be...
And what do you want to go to college to be?
Probably just going to go to business college.
Okay.
4-year degree, business college. I think that would really put me in a good shape.
All right, Luke, let's talk about you for a minute. 4-year degree, $146,000. I mean, you could buy a really nice sports car for $146,000.
Yeah, but I can just use you.
You could just use me for the sports car?
No, for the college.
Okay.
And then I can work myself to pay some of the loan.
Okay. So you're going to borrow the money from me and then pay me back?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. At least you got a plan. It's better than not having a plan. I would say we probably need to talk about your plan. That's probably not going to work out the way you think, but at least you have a plan, okay? What would you like to go to college to be, Luke? What are you thinking about?
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
No.
You mean to just pick something for you and send you on?
No.
No?
Just
Okay.
pull the lever and just let it spin and just see what it lands on.
I got a couple of years. It takes time to choose.
Okay.
You,
All right.
you take that with you for the rest of your life.
Well, tell me a little bit about you. What's your hobbies? What do you think you would like to do?
I'd really like to get a good job, a stable job, to where I could get good money for good hours. Not some McDonald's job where you only get $12 every hour.
Okay. What about you, Cole? What's some things you like to do?
Well, I mean, first of all, my
You said
family.
business, but what kind of business would you want to be?
Well, I mean, I'm actually really interested in drug recovery, which is what you do.
Okay.
But really, I'd like to just help people. And I'm not personally a medical guy. I don't like seeing intestines and everything like that. It's just like, no, for me. But
Okay.
I really think that that's the kind of medical field I can go into. And I have a very medical family, and I think that's what I should do. So.
All right. Okay. All right. So listen to this statistic. So I didn't ask you to look these up because I didn't want to scare you too much. But what do you think? I got 2 teenagers in here. I want to see what's going on inside your skulls full of mush. Okay.
Yes.
What do you think the average family in America spends in groceries per week? What do you think, Colt?
I'd probably think over $200,000. I think
No, just for a week.
just for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually what I think it says because that's what our family says. So
What do you think, Luke?
Right around 1,500.
Per week. Well, you're guessing it high. And we do have a large family, so we spend more than this. But the average family in America spends about $270 to $300 per week on food.
man,
Okay.
they living cheap.
That's
I mean,
just
like-
groceries, okay? That's just groceries. All right. So let's look at this. Let's talk about what an average teenager eats.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm not ready to talk about this one.
you're not ready to talk
I
about
don't
it?
want to talk about this one.
Why not?
I will talk about this one. As long as we go to Dairy Queen after this.
Are you giving Dairy Queen a plug while we're here?
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite thing at Dairy Queen?
The Blizzard.
The Blizzard. All right. What's your favorite thing, Colt?
I mean, everything.
Oh, just you name it. All right. Fair enough.
I can eat the cardboard and it would probably taste
So,
the same.
okay. So we're talking
it's
about
all
your
good.
diets. Talking about your diets, but the average teenager, 22% of teenagers eat vegetables twice per day. Do you eat twice per day, or do you eat vegetables twice per day?
This is why I didn't want to talk about this subject.
Okay. All right.
I did not. No. They say you are what you eat. Then I'm probably not 95% pizza. So.
Okay.
But I eat it with like the bell peppers and everything. So that.
Oh,
counts,
okay. So you
right?
do have some
Yes,
vegetables. So
yes,
would
I
you
do have
count
it.
that as you're falling into 22% by getting the bell peppers
Yep.
on the pizza?
Bell
Onions.
peppers on the onions
Okay.
and
All right.
everything.
Yeah, I think I
Luke,
fall
you
in-
don't eat bell pepper.
No.
I don't
you
eat bell pepper,
anything.
but I do eat those, what are they? Those smoothies
Donuts?
that Mama's made. No! I'll get you later.
What do you eat?
I eat, what are those things? They're like those healthy smoothies that Mama makes.
Okay, you eat a smoothie.
Yeah, with a whole
Okay.
bunch of
It's a
vegetables.
smoothie.
Okay, so that's 24% of teenagers will eat fruit or drink juice per day. Only 24%. What do you think about that? Only 22% are eating vegetables twice per day. 24% eating vegetables or drinking juice per day. What do you think about those numbers? Are you surprised by that number? Only 24%? It means if you had 100 kids in a room,
That's more than I thought. Than I
95%,
thought that
like,
would be.
75% of them is usually fat, just being honest. Like,
Okay.
If you think about it.
so obesity is
Bold
high.
statement.
Stay close
Yeah.
to your microphone. So obesity rates high with teenagers in America in general. Absolutely, it's true. But I think the number's pretty low on the amount of vegetables that teenagers eat and the amount of fruit. What do you think? You think that number's low? You said
Yes,
you thought it would
yes.
be 95% would be eating what?
Well, I'm eating garbage probably.
Okay. Just eating junk food. That's what you're calling
Really,
garbage.
I thought that number's actually high for me. Actually, that's I did not think that many would eat that much. So,
Wow.
I mean,
Okay. Well, fair enough. What percentage of teenagers do you think eat breakfast every day?
well, I mean,
75% maybe?
75? What do you think, Colt?
76% because I'm not tagging in with him right now. So.
Oh, okay. We're not going to be the same.
No.
So you guys aren't twins. You're just Twinkies, right?
Yes.
We're not Twinkies.
Okay. Listen to this. 25% of teenagers eat breakfast every day. You thought it was 75%. What do you think about those numbers? They just don't eat breakfast. They skip it. They go all the way to lunch. What do you think about that?
Well, I also skip breakfast, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not a very good judge for that, but he doesn't. So go ahead, tell us what
Well,
you think.
sometimes I skip it. Well, that's actually very surprising
Okay.
because like if you look at the rates, it's not adding up unless they eat like a lot at lunch.
Oh, okay. So, but you eat breakfast and you eat a lot at lunch. Is that true?
True,
Okay.
but I need it.
All right. So, but a lot of people think that if you eat breakfast, that jump starts your metabolism for the day. It also gives you food for the brain every morning, help you think. You don't think so?
No, it only slows me down actually.
So if you eat breakfast, it slows your productivity down.
Yes.
Well, we definitely don't want him eating breakfast, do we, Luke? We don't want to slow him down any more than what he is,
you
right?
dare say
No,
that.
we don't need that.
Okay, all right, fair enough. And some people say that eating does slow them down. All right, so you guys stay within a hand's width for your microphones. So, what percentage of teenagers do you think do not drink soda?
0. Maybe 1%. Maybe 1%.
1%.
1% do not drink. Do you guys drink soda? I already know
Yes.
the answer.
Oh,
but
let
I'll
me
let-
tell you, yeah.
Do you love it?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who doesn't drink soda. Like even you drink soda, but it's
Well, we're focusing on teenagers, not middle-aged people.
yeah. Luke, you gotta be quiet. I'll get the Blizzard. You get the bad sandwich at Dairy Queen. So I get the Blizzard.
Okay, so
everything's
if
good.
so you guys think 1% do not drink soda. All right, 31%. The actual number is 31% do not drink soda.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. That's actually a very high number. I think they're making these up.
I'm thinking as I'm watching this, I think in our household maybe we should institute this so we just
No,
get
do
rid
not.
of soda.
Do not.
Okay, all right.
Don't touch it.
We'll talk about it later. So what's your favorite soda? What's your favorite thing to drink?
Fanta.
Fanta? What's yours, Colt?
I would say Coca-Cola like a year ago, but Pepsi now. So
Pepsi. All right. Well, what do you think most teenagers drink your age?
probably
Mountain
Coke.
Dew.
Coke.
Mountain
Because
Dew.
it's one of the most highest advertised.
Oh,
Because
Ooh.
like if you
No, we
think
don't
about
go
it,
down
like
that road.
I'm glad you said that.
We're just slandering all the businesses.
and for people that are listening, I didn't prompt you guys on what you were going to be doing. I just said, get in the car, get your clothes on. We're going to the radio station.
For the record, we were not paid to do this, so
And for the record, they will be fed later at the end of the day. So how's that?
thank God.
We might go to Dairy Queen when this is over.
good.
I don't know. I'll think about it. I may change my mind altogether. We may go home and eat a bunch of vegetables. What do you say, Luke?
Yay.
Okay, so you said that Mountain Dew is the most advertised that you see.
Yes.
All right, so what do you think? What do you think about this statistic? Listen to this. The average child, less than adolescent, less than 18 years old, they actually see more than 40,000 commercials per year.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Not
There's
surprised. I actually
there's toddlers
thought that number was higher because that's actually low for me.
There's
so.
toddlers on tablets. Like, if you go to the store, like, you see this kid inside a stroller, and you go around to the side and you look at him, he's just holding this big old phone, and he's playing on his phone.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But so you think on the phone, that's where they're getting advertisements?
Yes.
Oh, let me tell you, all the time.
Gosh.
You can't get anything. You can't do anything nowadays without being advertised to as a human being, and we're just being basically just lasered in as this just constant attack on the mind, basically, I guess. But
Okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to capture your thoughts. They want you to think about their products. Advertisers spend $12 billion per year to try to advertise to teenagers. What do you think about that?
Would not doubt it.
$12 billion. And you mentioned Mountain Dew. So what made you say that Mountain Dew was advertised more? Is that because, what prompted you to say that, Luke?
Like, games,
I'm talking about Mountain Dew. You
Like-
mentioned Mountain Dew, though.
because Mountain Dew is sponsored by all these different products, and then once it lays out, there's like a whole bunch of locations where this is plopped up, but you don't see them. They're not right there, but like if you look around, they're there.
Okay, so like when you go places, you see the Coke and the Mountain Dew products and things like that.
the thing
Yeah.
is, they're not advertised in big bold letters. They're just in the little fine print on the side right there, and you can tell it's there, but it's there, and it's constantly whatever you see is you can just glance at it, and it's just sending a signal straight to your brain. And you're just like,
Wow. Okay, so do you think commercials work being advertised?
Yes.
When you see a
Absolutely.
commercial, Luke, does it make you want to buy a product?
no, but
Hold on, let Luke answer.
Oh yeah, sometimes depends on what it is.
What product do you see advertised the most?
Food mostly.
Food.
Honest.
Okay, spoken from a 13-year-old. So when you see food commercials, does it make you want to eat the food?
Honestly, yes. It looks so good how they advertise it, but they advertise it fake. Like it's like there's the products that ain't how they actually make them in the store. It's like or restaurant wherever. Like it's not the same.
So it looks a lot better on the commercial than it does when you actually get it handed to you at the restaurant.
Yeah, because if you look at the commercials and you see the commercial, if you go, well, everybody's got what can just go to Safari or whatever kind of location search engine you've got, and you can go to YouTube and you can look up how fake ads are made, and they make fake foods.
Okay.
And like
So it's not even real food they're advertising.
Yeah,
They're,
for like pancakes, they'll put cardboard in between them so that they look like they're higher, but then they're not.
so it's not even a real pancake stack. It's fake
and
to make it look
they don't
better.
even use real maple syrup. They use motor oil because it doesn't absorb to the pancakes.
Really? So you guys know more about this than I do. So they use.
We've been around.
Okay, all right. You know a few things because you've seen a few things. I get it. All right. So, Colt, what advertisement that you see that makes you want to buy that product more than anything? What's like right now in your mind when I mention advertisers? What jumps into your mind first when you think about advertising? What's one of the ones that you can name? If I could say name a commercial you see the most, what would you say?
It's really it's what he said: food commercials, Coke commercials, and auto sales.
Auto sales.
Is really interesting to me, but I remember
actually,
it. So.
before auto sales, it's actually what is it? Can't think of it. What
See,
is
I want to
it
see
called?
how well these advertisers are doing with their $12 billion per year.
Doing what I think is it's not like right now in the moment doesn't make me want to go get it, but it's like over time. You
like
slowly it just eats into your brain, and then eventually when you see it like in a say a Coke, and you see that commercial over and over and over again, then you go to like a vending machine or something, you see that Coke, you see that commercial in your brain, because it's just your picture, your camera memory, and you just bring it back, and when you look at it, you're like, I want that.
No, memory is a big part of sales. Think about this. Someone told me the other day. I don't know how true it is, but like Disney World and Disneyland, they get the Coke product free from Coke, but they have to buy the cup, and they have to buy the Coca-Cola cup from Coca-Cola, and I think it's 2 cents, or sometime a few years ago, it's 2 cents per cup. And the reason they would charge them 2 cents per cup is they wanted you to drink Coke with your family while you were at Disney World or Disneyland, because it created that memory, like you're saying, Colt. And you're actually remembering, hey, we were having fun, we were eating, and we were drinking Coke, and the kids were going on the water park rides, they were going on the animated rides at Disney World, maybe
They feed
all
off
the theme park rides.
as much money as they can grab. The human race is just like almost just doomed to just eat itself, because it's constantly just like taking as much as it can. And human beings, I mean, I didn't even think of that, but they have thought of almost every single thing they can just to take every dollar they can.
Yeah, they want all your money. That's exactly right. So, and you mentioned a few minutes ago that you see kids in a grocery store and you see a little toddler, and what are they doing, Luke, when you see them in a grocery
They're
store?
playing on games. They know how to play on that game better than they know how to communicate with their mom and dad.
So how much time do you think a kid spends on social media per day? On
At
average. How many
least-
hours per day?
I'd say probably 6 to 8.
Okay, what do you think, Luke?
Right around from 4 to 10.
Okay, all right. These are good guesses that you guys are coming up with, because I looked it up, and the average kid spends 4.8 hours, so right about 5 hours per day on social media. And I feel like as a parent, I regulate that pretty strict. Do you guys feel like you get 5 hours on?
No.
No, not even
nearly.
close.
No, you don't get. Do you feel like you're shortchanged? You should be able to have more time?
No, I
Well,
don't.
after this conversation, no, but like tomorrow, heck yeah. But
Okay. Now, which one do you think would use more? Let me ask this question. I know you two, you're guys, but do you think girls are on social media or the tablets or the phones more, or do you think guys are?
That's a hard question.
I don't want to venture into that. Well, social media, girls, all the time. They just tweet and retweet and Instabook face and whatever you call it and all this
Instabook
junk.
face.
We don't even do that. But with guys, it's a lot more of like Call of Duty, like these
Oh, so you're talking video games.
video games. Yeah, it's
Okay.
video games on their phone.
Sure. So when I looked it up, girls spend about 5.3 hours per day on social media, and boys spend about 4.4 hours on social media per day. So
That sounds
girls like the social media more than boys do.
Yeah.
Just by a little bit though, not
All
by
right.
much.
So you guys like it as much as you think you like it as much as the girls do, then, right?
No, because we've well as guys, then yes, but as us personally, no, because we've never been introduced to it.
Okay. All right. So what do you think would be a good age to be introduced to social media?
21.
30.
30.
Man, there we
So when I say social media, are you talking about Facebook, TikTok?
Yes.
TikTok,
Absolutely.
Facebook, like those are the really. There's a lot of bad stuff on there that you really shouldn't be on.
Okay.
I mean, like-
and you think 30 would be a good age?
Yeah.
Like, YouTube does not censor a lot, but it censors more than TikTok does. Because there's a lot of junk on TikTok, let me tell you.
Do you guys see? I mean, so we try to monitor it. We put parental controls on. Do you guys still see stuff pop up that you know is inappropriate
There's
for
no
kids?
parental controls that you can put on that tablet or that phone that's going to stop it.
Wow.
Because there's so much of it. It's just
will
attacking
pop up.
constantly.
You will find some way, some little crack in that system to where it can pop up an ad.
Okay.
No matter how thick your firewall is, no matter how deep your moat is, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, and I believe that. And so, we try to safeguard you guys the best way we know how. You said 21, Colt. So you think 21 is a good age to start using social media?
Let me tell you, I think 21 is a good age to let them using a phone.
Okay.
Let me tell you, what he said there's like toddlers that cannot talk and they cannot walk at all, but they know how to use their thumbs good enough to like tweet on social media, and it's ridiculous. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not healthy for them.
Well, so computers are a form of communication, and when you're growing, you guys, the portion of your brain that grows some of the fastest when you're a baby is your communication portion of your brain. And so that's why you see toddlers, you'll see a small little 2 or 3 year old that can work a smartphone. And people think it's amazing that they can do that, but actually that's the part of their brain that's actually growing and advancing every day. So we're teaching that as a form of communication. That's becoming part of their primary language. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes. And whatever grows the fastest finishes the fastest.
Okay.
And once they stop, they cannot speak to other human beings, but they can text.
So you're
on that
saying
phone
that
as
if
fast
they
as
grow up using the tablets, the smartphones, then that's ingrained in them by the time they're 13, 14, 15
Definitely.
years old. Okay.
And
So
they can't get out.
when you guys have kids, at what age do you feel would be appropriate to give them a cell phone?
When they move out, because that's at the time you're going to give me one. So
So you're going to make your kid
like
wait.
father, like son.
So you feel like that's a good that's a good rule then?
I actually do.
Okay.
Tomorrow I won't, but today, yeah, it's good.
Okay. What about Luke? I'm gonna let you give your opinion on this.
Well, I agree with Colt how it's like when you move out, because when you're as young as I am, you really just shouldn't really have a phone or a tablet. You're okay to have games, but like you shouldn't be on them 24/7.
But you guys have friends that have phones and tablets.
Oh my gosh, like
And they cannot communicate at all.
Oh, so you say that the friends that you have that have phones and tablets, it hinders them in your friendships as you being friends, communicating back and forth. And I mean, in what way?
It's just that's the only thing they talk about. Is
Okay.
whatever they can get off that phone is what they talk about.
Okay. I could see that. So let's talk about a little bit of screen time. What about TV? You guys love TV. You guys love movies.
Amen, brother.
All right. So, I mean, you're always wanting to watch movies.
Yep.
How much average time does the average teen in America spend watching TV or movies per day? What do you think?
About 4 hours, I think.
What do you think, Luke? Colt says 4 hours.
right around 1 to 4 hours.
Okay, how much do you guys spend watching TV or movies per day?
I don't want
An
to talk
hour?
about this either.
Like an hour.
Are you getting uncomfortable, Colt?
You're on my front porch. You're in my rocking chair. Stop.
What do you think, Luke?
You got to rock it.
Right
somewhere.
around an hour a day.
You spend about an hour per
30,
day?
Hour 30 minutes.
Okay.
We usually watch one movie every night. So yeah, about an hour and 30 minutes a day, I'd say.
Okay. I feel like it's more than that. I feel like you guys get more than that. But I'll let you give your opinion here. I
Maybe
feel like
2 hours. Now that's as far as I'm going.
Okay, so
I
the
ain't talking after
average
that.
teen watches 7 hours and 22 minutes of TV and movies per day.
I would.
That is ridiculous.
7 hours and
combined with
22
the phone,
minutes.
what are they doing? Just like double fisting it over here?
Well, of course, that would be true. Wouldn't you use the phone and watch TV at the same time?
No,
No?
never.
Never. Okay, what about you, Luke? Would you use the phone and watch TV at the same time? Luke, you like electronic devices. I can't believe you said 30 years old.
Yep.
That surprised me.
Well, right around 28 maybe.
Okay,
but,
okay.
like,
But so what do you
No,
think?
no.
Would you use a phone and text and talk on a phone and watch TV at the same time?
probably no, because I haven't. I'm like you. When you're on the computer, it's like when that person's on the computer or texting, and then someone asks you a question or you're watching a movie. It's like you have to stop everything you're doing and you just like.
So I've got a one-track mind. I have to stop what I'm doing and then focus on what they're talking to me.
He cannot multitask at all.
No, I'm not very much of a multitasker.
Like you can say something to him, he's like, yeah, and then you walk away, and he's like, you didn't tell me anything. I'm like, dude,
Yeah, fair
you
enough.
just weren't listening.
Well, if I'm not looking at you, I'm not listening, right?
Yes.
Yes, oh my gosh.
All right. So, what percentage of teens do you think use a mobile device? What percentage of teens?
95%.
95. What do you think?
99.
99%, 95. Actually, both of you are a little bit high. 87% of teens use a mobile device.
That is very surprising to me.
Okay. So you thought it would have been much higher than that.
I would have thought it's like 101%.
No, because
Like, way over.
It's us. You got to think about us.
We're not normal kids.
You're not normal kids?
We're not normal.
Well, what's normal? Define normal. I mean,
Define normal in this country. Normal is some kid who's just sitting back like this, and he's just sitting back on his phone at school. And like, it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
They're always on their phone, on their tablet, or watching TV.
And they're wearing socks with sandals and a hoodie with shorts on, and I cannot stand it. Baseball cap, and I mean.
All right. 84% of teenagers have a cell phone. Do you think that number's high or low? 84% of teenagers.
think
That's
it's-
absolutely low.
You think more than that?
Yeah.
Most of your friends have cell phones?
Yes, all of them.
Okay.
And I've never, not once said all my friends have one because I'd probably just get slapped across the face. That
I think at least like 89, maybe 86.
Okay. Well, it's actually, according to the study that I looked up, 84% of teens have cell phones. I see these numbers and it's astounding to me because I think about how much a cell phone bill costs and how much the average family is spending in cell phone expenses.
That's why the food price is so low.
Well, explain that. I don't understand.
The reason people don't spend much on food anymore is because they're usually just spending a whole bunch on Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
Okay, so they're spending more of their money on the electronics and entertainment and things like that.
Electric bill is one of the most expensive bills you have.
Okay, all right. Do you pay electric bill?
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
I've seen you do your bills.
How many phone calls or texts do you think the average teenager gets per day on their phone?
35.
35? How many phone calls or texts do you think they get per day?
over 200.
Over 200. Do you want to change your number, Luke?
Yeah, like 75 maybe.
75. Colt is actually closer to that. It's actually average of 237 phone calls or text per day.
I knew it.
237 per day. You guessed it pretty good, Colt. It's a good job. Luke, you're doing good too, buddy.
Yeah, but I didn't know
The thing is, the average teenager he is in school
Okay.
for 8 hours a day.
Okay.
About that's what it feels like. But and then they come home and they usually in the mornings they get up and get going pretty fast. But then they're in school for most of the day. Then they have lunch, which I'd guess they'd probably be on their phones at lunchtime pretty quickly.
Do you think they should be able to carry their cell phones with them to school?
No.
I would personally say no, but if I thought it would change anything, but it's not. So.
Okay. Okay. So you think they should not have their phones at school?
No, absolutely not.
What do you think, Luke? You say no?
No. No one should have their phones at school, except for the parents.
Parents should keep them at home.
Parents, teachers.
They shouldn't collect them at school. They should collect them at home.
Just not even let them get on the school bus with their phones?
No.
Well, what if somebody needs to get a hold of them? What if they need to contact their kid?
Call the teacher.
Call school?
Yeah.
Call school.
Okay. All right.
That's a parent's job, and that's a school job. They don't do that, they're not doing a good job.
Listen to this. 66% of teenagers feel anxious. They have anxiety. They get kind of worried when they don't have their phone. 66%.
Wouldn't doubt it.
They feel anxiety without their phone.
Gives them security.
So they get
So
security with their
it's a
phone?
window out of their world.
Oh, okay. So that's why they feel anxious.
Yep. You can be watching a movie, you get so sucked in, you don't even know what's going on around you. Somebody could probably pick up the couch you're sitting on and just walk out with it.
So it's a
You
way to
wouldn't-
escape your environment.
It's a way to escape.
It's like you're watching what you're watching, depending on what it is. If it's a newer movie, what you're watching it like sucks you in to whatever you're watching is like you're zoned in. Like
And Luke, you
blinders
really
on.
get into it when you're watching a movie.
Let me tell you.
Oh,
Oh, my gosh.
You really get into it.
I'm
don't
not
you?
going to go into that. I would love to embarrass you right now, but I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, let's
Thank
move
you.
on. Let's
Thank
go.
you. I had some plans, but never mind.
We got a
But
true
you
peace
really
treaty
get
over
you get into the entertainment side of it. Colt, you do too. I mean, you can't just point your finger at Luke, and I do. I mean, how many times do we watch a movie and it's a sad movie and you want to cry?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're really into that. All right, you're
Yeah,
watching that.
like when Lawrence was on here and you got up like it was a football game.
Okay.
Let me tell you, mom was on
so-
the school board.
You guys are funny.
He was screaming at the TV and everything else. I'm like, dude, you need to like get a bottle of
So
water.
would you
and
feel
calm down.
anxious without your phone?
I don't have one.
Okay. All right. How many? What percent of teens do you think have a social media account? Facebook.
All of them.
Gosh, like
All of them.
no, Cole. You gotta think about the numbers.
95% then.
95%. What do you
I'm not
think?
going down
Luke?
very far.
Right around 87, maybe 90.
You're actually right on, Luke. 90% of teenagers have a social media account.
That is astounding. In the U.S., like just
Yes, currently right now. 90% of teenagers have a social media account. What do you think about that?
It's outrageous. It's crazy.
As parents, when you become parents, because now we're already starting to talk about college, we're starting to talk about your future, all right? And then hopefully we'll find some young lady that you guys can fall in love with. I'll try to set that up for you. So you
no.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'll pick you out one, and then you just fall in love with her. That's all you got to do. That's pretty easy, all right?
Wait, I got an idea.
So when you become a parent, will you let your teenagers have a cell phone?
Absolutely not.
No.
So then, would you let them use your phone or your electronic device and have a social media account?
No,
Why not?
because I want to have one.
Because what?
Because I want to have one. I'm not going to have a social media account. Not going to do anything. I'm not
Okay.
going to have it.
You don't want to do that yourself
Nope.
then? All
Absolutely.
right, what about you, Luke? Would you let your teenagers do that?
No. Like, whoever really does that, it's not a smart idea because it's too dangerous for a kid that age.
You think it's dangerous for you to be online?
On certain things, yes.
I think there are risks that
there are
constantly need
risks
to be.
that can happen.
Okay.
But
So
you
they're
can't-
working on legislation right now to prevent teenagers, anyone under age 18, from coming across things online they shouldn't see or things that are inappropriate or dangerous, violence.
It won't work anyways.
You don't think it's going to work?
Like any kids below 18 are usually not even using their own thing. They're using someone else's, and they'll use it, and so they won't be able to tell because if the legislation goes and they cover this, and if the account says that it's under 18, it doesn't matter. They're not going to be using their account. They're going to be using somebody else's.
So they could just go in under something that's fake, a fake name, set up something fake.
Yeah,
Is that what
like
you're
There's
talking
There's
about?
absolutely
Or
no.
go in under their parents' name? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
It's not going to help.
You don't think it's going to help?
It's not going to help.
No, the parents have to
Don't matter. The
regulate it.
legislators are wasting their time.
So you think the parents are going to have to regulate what the kids watch?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree with that. I agree.
The government should not be doing what the parents should be doing.
Oh, so you believe in small government?
Yes.
Yes.
You must be a Republican.
Amen, brother.
Small government, big freedom.
I
Not
like it.
big government, small freedom.
All right.
More laws and legislation we have, the worse it's just going to get. It's just going to get more and more restricting as time goes on.
So let's talk a little bit about politics.
Oh, here we go.
Do you see yourself maybe? I know you'll vote when you get older, but
Yeah.
could you see yourself running for office?
Yes.
You could.
Yes.
Colt,
Definitely.
so you could
No.
see yourself, Colt, running for political office.
Probably, but I don't know because I asked God not to make me king, make me kingmaker. And
Okay.
So
I don't see me going into politics.
So Luke you don't want to be into politics? Because there was a time, Luke, whenever you would say when you were a little younger that you would.
Oh, yeah.
he said he's going to be president. I was
Okay.
like, I'll support you all the way, dude. Go on ahead.
Would you vote for him for president?
Heck yeah.
You would?
Maybe. I don't know.
You'll be that one voter.
I'll be the like 99 for Luke, and then there's one. It's like, who didn't vote for you? It's like Colt Taylor.
You guys are
We're
funny.
gonna go bug out. I'm like, what was I supposed to do? There had to be one guy that wasn't agreeing.
So you guys are really close in age. For people who are listening, you're brothers, of course, but there's 12 months and 10 days. You guys were born in the same month of a different year.
Oh my
Colt, you were
gosh.
born in October of 2009, and Luke was born in October of 2010.
Yes.
And do you think you guys are a lot alike, or do you think you're totally
Absolutely parallel lines. Let me tell you, we're exact opposite. So
different? Okay, you're exact
no,
opposites.
no. We got a lot of traits that are alike. We're about even.
You're about even? Okay. Yeah. That's fun. I'm glad you guys wanted to come in and do this. I'm glad you were agreeing to come in. So you don't think you would run for office, Colt? You think you would. So what kind of office would you start off running for? What do you think? What do you know about local politics where you would start off running for a political office?
I'd probably start off running probably one of the community centers in here, which is not a political office, but it would set me up for that. And then I'd probably run for something lower, like there's a council of community centers. So there's a president, there's a vice president, there's a treasurer, and there's a secretary.
Okay.
I'd probably run for either secretary or treasurer, probably secretary, because it's easier.
So that's not political office. That's more of a position in, volunteer nonprofit.
Yes, because that would set me off. But I'm thinking more of like age 18, the exact time when I can. And then as time goes on, I'll probably work my way up, and I'll probably start running for county commissioner and stuff like that, state representative, and
You think you'd like to be a county commissioner?
probably, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Luke? Do you want to be county commissioner?
I might do something local. Yeah. I don't know.
Who's
We'll
your
have to see.
favorite local politician, Colt? Do you have one? I know. I'm just asking
Well-
this off the cuff. We know a lot of them.
I'm gonna have to say Kip Capley.
Kip Capley's your favorite
And,
local?
and then up from that, it's probably Dave Ray, David Morgan, and then
Okay.
going up even higher from that, it is probably Clay Doggett.
Okay. What about you, Luke? You got a favorite?
No, not really.
Not really. They're all just politicians, right?
Well, they're friends, and then like
just kidding.
They're a
you can't-
different
you
breed.
You can't put them on like a scale.
Okay.
It doesn't work out that way.
All right. That's fair enough. So tell me a little bit about what your plans are as you go forward in life. What do you see your 5-year plan right now, Colt? What do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, thank goodness I'm in a co-op, and we already did this as like a character building.
So it's a
thing.
homeschool co-op.
Yeah, it was a homeschool co-op,
cooperative.
but I went in there and, well, we were talking about it, and I've already planned it all out. But, so, what I'm planning on doing first is I'm planning on, like I said, getting a job, getting my 4-year degree down, which is going to take time. Whatever happens at then, I'm probably going to try and be pretty flexible and try and be able to just move with whatever life throws at me. And then after that 1 year, I'm probably going to work harder on my job and start getting my house built up and paid off.
Okay.
And I'm going to start getting a good car, not a sports car. Most teenagers want that, but I don't.
College car.
A good college car. You got to
Gas
kick
sufficient.
it on one
You
wheel.
want an
and
electric car?
No, absolutely not. Things are terrible.
Okay.
I don't want a hybrid car either.
So
I
in
want-
5 years, you need a car, college, and then you're going to start thinking about a house.
A house.
Yes.
And I'm going to start building myself up. And what I'm really going to do is I'm going to stay in the small town community and help out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like Lawrence County?
Yeah,
Lawrence County.
I love it.
Love the state of Tennessee.
growing.
It's based
It's growing. Also, it's like we know people here, so it's not like, oh, I don't know these people.
You know a lot of folks here in the area.
Yeah.
So what's your 5-year plan, Luke? You're 13 right now. When you're 18 years old, where do you want to? What do you want to be stepping foot into when you turn 18?
College. I want to. I don't know what I'm wanting to do yet, but I want to go into college. I want a 4-year plan. So what I'll start off with is I'll try and find a good job so I can start paying for a car. So then I can get there and back without having to ride with you. So
That's a good plan.
That's a good plan, yeah.
so I'd be working my job, and I'd be taking night school with a 4-year plan.
Okay, so you guys plan on working throughout the day, doing school in the evenings.
Yep.
Doing-
Yes.
He did not have that plan until I said it just now. I guarantee it.
Is that when you got the plan?
I drag.
Hey, it doesn't matter when you got the plan, as long as you have a plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the work of an old.
So your older brother, Joshua, he is in the military, and he's actually a National Guard. He's down at the border right now at Brownsville, Texas. He's a combat medic with Tennessee National Guard. Either one of you guys thinking about doing military time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under the circumstances right now, absolutely not.
All right. But Luke, you say you would.
I probably would. I
What
don't
branch of military would you be interested in going into?
know. Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want to go to college and then do Air Force. Now, your grandfather was Air Force.
Yeah.
Is that why you would do Air Force? Because your grandfather was Air Force?
No. It's probably because I I just want to be up there in the sky where there's no limits.
Okay. All right. And you say no way you would not do military, Colt? You don't want
I'd probably go in there and probably do some basic or something and get out there, but I'm gonna get out a little bit, thin ice real quick, and I'm
Okay.
gonna get out there, and if I slip and fall, Dad, you'll get me out, right?
I'll get you out.
And if I offend somebody, I'm sorry, but I don't really care. So I got that from him.
Okay.
So, but what I'm gonna do is I will get out there, and I'll do basic or something like that, and I'll probably get out there. But what I see coming is I see war coming to this country, and I see China preparing for it with COVID and everything, but and all that. But
Sure.
so, but it's just everything. All the countries are preparing for war, and I know it's about to come. And
So you feel like
so-
with what's going on in Israel, and you hear me talking about Israel and the things that are happening there, and nations turning against nations, basically. So
Honestly,
yeah, I agree.
I think I would go into it if it's not as bad as what I'm thinking in the future so far.
Okay.
So right now it's probably a no because the way the Middle East is going, but later maybe.
Okay. Well, and I know you've talked about that in the past, Luke. So is there anything that you would want to, you're on the radio now, anything you want to say to your family or friends that may be listening, Colt? I'll give you that chance just to give a shout out to them.
Yes, I'm actually on the radio. Everybody that watches it and everything. So last time I came on here, I made a big mistake, and while they were watching Dad, I was over in the corner just rolling my sleeves up because it was so hot in here.
So you were over there in the corner, and we were on our regular show.
I would just go in and out,
Okay.
in and out.
And you were moving off in the background, and people could see you at home. We had a good laugh about it, though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they poked at me for the entire week.
And so, and you guys are a family of 6 siblings. Okay, so your mother and I, Rebecca, we have
Never a dull moment.
5 boys, 1 girl. The youngest is a girl. So, Luke, you got anything you want to say to your friends or family while you're on here? Because you know they're probably listening. I'll give you a chance to say that.
Hello.
Hello, Mom.
Hello, world.
All right, so we went through several things. We went through the cost. We went through the expense of raising a kid. Let me ask you this question. Do you want to have children when you get older?
Probably yes.
Yes.
Later on, yes, but I bet I'm going to be about 30 or older before I do
Yeah.
that.
30 or older
So,
before you want to have
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Because
get
then-
myself really set up before I do that.
Then it'll be
Have
the
a nice-
flat line, not the bumpy hills.
Oh, okay. On the cost, your
Yeah.
income coming in.
Yeah, it won't be unsteady at sometimes.
Okay. So you guys want a big family? You're part of a big family. You think you would want 6, 8, 12 kids?
No.
No?
I'm not thinking that right now, but probably later on, yeah. I'll probably
Because
say,
I know
yeah, I want 6 kids.
I live inside a basement. I do not want to have kids
that
downstairs.
sounds terrible, Luke.
I don't
you
want
make
him-
it sound like we live in some kind of dungeon or something. Like, we do not. We live in a finished basement with an entire bathroom down there. It's very nice, but it's concrete floor because we're a bunch of guys down there. And so
If
you
it
know how
was
that
not
gets.
concrete floor, the floor would be missing.
We'll
Because
be
we
reduced
have-
down to concrete.
We
a
have
bunch of cinder blocks.
So I've got a bunch of rowdy boys downstairs.
I don't know what it is.
WWE.
WWE wrestling going on down there a lot?
It happens all the time.
WWE
We'll jump off of my
war.
bed, bounce onto Luke's, and then just like grand slam down on one of my brothers, and just like
Yes.
bam.
Only time at peace is, this is being honest, only time at peace is 3 places. Eating, just hanging out,
Okay.
And sleeping.
And
Yes.
sleeping. Okay. And then the rest of the time, the basement's just a wrestling match.
no,
Yes.
not a wrestling match.
Well,
it's
it's
more like
more
a war zone.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's more like passive aggressive fighting. So what we'll do is we'll walk by each other and we'll just hit
you
each other.
elbow each other and you shoulder
elbow
each other.
And then we'll turn around and it'll be like-
yeah, it'll be like constantly the tempers will flare, and then everybody keeps fighting, and then one guy, and then eventually one of us will start crying, and at that point we stop. And usually it's not me.
So if you could do a time capsule right
It's
now
usually just Levi.
and you could put something in a time capsule and leave it for yourself where you could find it maybe 10 years from now, what item would you want to put in there to preserve for yourself 10 years from now? If you're going to bury it and you weren't going to dig it up for 10, would you have an item you would put in a time capsule right now that you would want to
My record player.
Okay, your record player.
All them records.
Because record players are kind of coming back in style now.
Yep.
Right.
And the thing is, if I could save it, even if they went back out of style, I'll have it.
Okay.
And so then I'll have my old records in my record player, and it'd be
Okay.
really nice.
What about you, Luke?
An arsenal of ammo and guns.
Okay, fair enough. Well, a lot of people are storing those things up. If you could write some words down on a paper and leave it in that time capsule 10 years from now, what would you want to tell yourself 10 years from now? What would you want to remind yourself? Because you honestly would probably forget what you had written over a period of time. So what would you want to tell yourself 10 years from now, Luke?
Good luck in the war zone.
That's what you would want to tell yourself.
If I go into the military, it's probably going to be that.
Okay. What about you, Colt? You going to the war zone or just back to the basement?
No, I'd probably write on it, and it would probably say, I'd probably have a bunch of jokes, and probably write myself like this whole memo and everything. And at the bottom it says, at the top it would say, if you can read this, you're too close, in big giant bold letters. And at the bottom it'll say, whatever you're thinking right now, you're an idiot. So.
What's your favorite joke right now, Luke?
I don't know.
Move up to your microphone.
Oh, I saw it on YouTube, but it's hilarious.
No, just a joke.
It's a joke. It's a longer joke.
Because you guys laugh at stuff that I don't even think is funny.
It's about this movie prop, and this actor's doing this act wrong because he forgot his lines, and so like this bad guy's like, serial killer's like, this police officer's like, do you have any last words? And he's like, yes. And he pulls up this bottle and he clicks it on the counter. He's like, hydrochloric acid. And then, but before he can finish his sentence, the sheriff.
There's this bad actor, and he's playing as a sheriff. He pulls up a bottle of hydrochloric acid, just spraying both the other actors with
So
it.
he's using hydrochloric acid
what is
instead of a
that?
gun.
Spraying it straight in their
He's like-
faces. Just
he's like,
Do you
What
guys
is
even know
that?
what hydrochloric acid is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Colt, what's your favorite joke?
no matter how big your hammer is, you can't fix stupid.
That's your favorite joke?
Yes, absolutely. Say it to my brothers all the time. It's great.
That one is pretty funny. Well, I've had a great time with this. I hope you guys have had fun tonight. I hope people listening have got something out of it. I want to remind you, if you need something for your farm, if you need something for your property, go see Chris Stutz at Farm Service Solutions. His phone number is 931-242-7675. Farm Service Solutions is located at 41 Williams Road in Leoma, Tennessee. You can look them up at farmservicesolutions.com. Find them on Facebook. Chris is always putting articles on there. He's writing about new products. He's out roaming around and looking for good deals. He buys stuff at auctions and brings it back into Lawrence County. And he's always a great person to deal with, good friend of mine. We appreciate Chris, their family. And if you're looking for property, if you want to buy or sell property in Lawrence County or in surrounding areas, give Travis Caldwell a call. He is a conservative, he's a veteran, and he's a good friend of ours. His phone number is 931-629-3033. You can find him on United Country Real Estate, SouthernTennesseeRealty.com. Look on there and look at their properties. And if you would like to list something for sale, give Travis a call. If you want to look for some property, he is a Sasquatch, and he's out there roaming through the woods looking for your next piece of property. If he can't find it, then what do you say?
You don't need it.
That's right. If Chris Stutz doesn't have something for your farm, what do you say about that?
Well, you're just out of luck, man.
You're out of luck if Chris Stutz don't have it. Okay. Look, our meetings are every fourth Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the Lawrence County Courthouse. Please join us. We're appreciative of the good turnout we've had. We've had 4 awesome school board members that will be elected, 4 conservative Republicans coming on to the Lawrence County school system, and we appreciate them. We appreciate all those that have been out there voting. We hope to see you all very soon at the next meeting, Lawrence County Courthouse at 6 p.m. Tuesday, the 4th Tuesday of each month. I want to say God bless you. We love Lawrence County. Thank you, Luke Taylor. Thank you, Colt Taylor, for jumping in here and joining on the radio tonight.
You're welcome.
God bless everyone.